The 2007 Concacaf Gold Cup continues at Giant Stadium. Alongside Shep Messing, I'm Steve Cangelosi. The crowd at the Meadowlands, 68,000 strong, was treated to just such a terrific game in the first part of the doubleheader, that being Honduras' upset of the giant of the Concacaf region, Mexico. And that plays into the storyline for this game, Shep, because Panama, with any result, a tie or a win, now takes sole possession of this group tonight.
Steve, you're right. And Panama certainly has shown they have the ability to score goals. But the team from Cuba, I think they surprised people by giving Mexico a very difficult game. I think we should have a good one coming up.
We've talked a lot building up to this tournament about Blas Perez, who wears number 7 for Panama, his scoring ability. There's a player, though, on Cuba that's caught your eye, number 18, though, Alcantara.
Alcantara has shown he's got the ability to take a defender on and go to goal with his left foot.
Great day already at Giant Stadium. Let's see what the nightcap has to offer. It's Cuba and Panama here at the Meadowlands. I'm Steve Cangelosi. Starting lineup, opening kick with Shep Messing in just a moment.
At the Gatorade Sports Science Institute, we test athletes in the lab. Because we know they'll be tested on the field. Gatorade, the most tested sports drink on the planet.
Work like a pro. Play like a pro. Tackle tough jobs. Dominate the game. Destroy the competition. Go professional. Choose Makita.
Through the Football for Hope movement, FIFA is committed to protecting children and their rights, furthering social integration and peace and reconciliation. Football for Hope champions health promotion and anti-discrimination. FIFA is firmly committed to using football to resolve some of the most pressing social challenges of our time. Football can change the world.
What a day it's been already at Giant Stadium. Capacity crowd treated to a thriller in the first game, a Honduras victory over Mexico. And this one equally important in Group C. Panama enters the field. They'll wear red. Cuba in white. And Cuba also giving the Mexicans a fight in the first game in Group C. Yes, it was a loss, but it was a 2-1 defeat. And this program ranked 74th by FIFA, showing that it belongs in this Gold Cup. They played, arguably, on paper, the best team in the tournament. Very tough in that first match. Now let's see if they can get a point. Alongside Shep Messing, I'm Steve Cangelosi. We're set for a good one as Panama looks for sole possession of first place in the group.
Steve, you can see it on the players' face as they walk out of the tunnel onto the field with this electrifying crowd of over 68,000 people. Starting lineup for Cuba, Steve. I like Molina in goal. We talked about Alcantara up front. Let's see what they can do.
Cervantes will line up as another forward. Gisbel Morales, Alonso Duarte. Among those making up the core of the midfield, the captain is Marquez. For Panama, a team that beat Honduras in the first match by a score of 3-2. This is the starting 11 put out by coach Alexandre Guimaray.
You've already talked about their big gun up top, number 7, Perez. I like Garces, number 9. He scored a great goal, very solid in the midfield. Blanco, Perez, Gomez. Let's see how they do with their back four. Pinedo in goal.
Victor Herrera, number 22, is the new striker up top in the starting lineup. We get the signal from Lee Davis, the referee from Trinidad. And we're underway as Cuba, in white, moves from right to left on your screen. Marquez and Jaime Colome make up the central portion of that defensive unit, with Minoso at left back and Fernandez, number 16, at right. Amilcar Enriquez plays it early on for Panama. He's joined by the goal scorer from Game 1, Carlos Rivera, the captain, Felipe Beloy, and Roman Torres, the defensive four for Panama. The goalkeeper for Panama, Jaime Pinedo, club team Osasuna of Spain. And he's got some history in this tournament, the best goalkeeper of the Gold Cup in 2005. Panama, remember, made it all the way to the final last year against the United States, largely due to his work. He gave up 2 goals in the first game. He's looking for a better effort this time. Fernandez plays it long for Cuba. Down the right side. Looking to hook up with Morales, but that's knocked away, and the ball is played back by Juan Perez for Panama. On the bench, taking a look at some of the substitutes. A man we have not seen in this tournament just yet is Luis Tejada. Panama now with a shot from sharp angle, and it's tipped away by Molina in goal. Number 22, Victor Herrera, with the first golden opportunity of the match.
Yeah, he does a good job getting out wide to the left. Blanco makes an inside run. The shot whistling by the far post.
Herrera came off the bench to score a goal in Game 1. Getting a look at the bench for Cuba, and another early chance, and a shot and a save, but an offside flag did go up. Breaking in for Panama is number 9, Garces, another of their goal scorers from Game 1.
Yeah, that's a good little run, just a step in an offside position. Molina, the goalkeeper, doesn't know it, so he plays that ball, swats it away at the near post.
Did a good job to beat Minoso. Back the other way for Cuba. It's played by Cervantes, back in the midfield, and now the Cubans march forward. Cuba coming off a 2-1 loss to Mexico in the first game, and they made the Mexicans work very hard for that victory. Their coach, Raul Gonzalez, had to be pleased with the effort. Now he needs a result.
Well, the thing about Cuba, Steve, an unknown quantity, obviously, because their players not playing outside, not playing in Major League Soccer in Europe. And what I've seen of them in the opening game, Steve, better technically, tactically than you would expect. I think they have a very nice, balanced team.
Carlos Rivera with the toss in. They play 3 in the back, Panama does. Beloy and Torres. Amilcar Enriquez will drop back occasionally to make it 4, but in the midfield in this sequence. Blanco plays it forward. Panama goes straight up the gut. Blanco making a run into the box. That's knocked away. A shot from long range goes wide, and Molina will get set for the goal kick. So Panama creating offensively in the early going.
Steve, you talked about it. With their 3 goals in the opening game against Honduras, they show the ability to get forward in numbers, Panama.
Cuba plays it ahead. Cervantes couldn't catch up with that. Alcantara is the dangerous striker up front. Faife, number 17, will get up as well on that right side. Controlled by Cuba. They get it to Alcantara. He can't control, though. Knocked out. Quick throw in. We get a look at the captain Beloy marching back for Panama. Cervantes plays it across. Fernandez. Cut from right back, and a shot that nearly sneaks inside the near post, and that woke up the goalkeeper, Pinedo.
Steve, the overlapping run by the right back, Fernandez gets forward. Pineda tries to hold on to that ball, can't at the near post. Does a safe thing, swats it out for the corner. There's a cross shot. I think Fernandez trying to hook it back in, didn't have an angle.
Amilcar Enriquez was in the box for that. Here's the corner from the far side. It was taken by Cervantes. Shot goes wide, and a goal kick is coming up. Getting up for Cuba there. That's their captain, Yener Marquez, the 28-year-old defender. Cervantes, the young striker, and Garces, one of the goal scorers from Game 1 for Panama. Here's the goal kick coming up. Pinedo will take it. In the midfield, knocked away by Cuba. Beloy plays this high. Fight for possession in the midfield, and it's won right there by Perez. Tried to play it forward. Fernandez steps over to clear it away. No score in the early going here at Giant Stadium. This is Cervantes for Cuba. Looks for space in the midfield. Errant pass, Carlos Rivera plays this out wide. Victor Herrera was camped out there. Now Rivera plays it back for Beloy. Felipe Beloy plays in Mexico for Club Team Monterrey. Part of the team that made the run to the final 2 years ago against the United States. They look for Blanco. Helping to clean up right there was Enriquez in the box. Shot, save is made by Molina, but again an offside flag went up. Opportunity by Blas Perez, or so we thought.
Well, again, Steve, good attacking play. I think that's a bad call by the referee's assistant. Certainly looked onside to me. The diagonal ball behind the defense. Molina with another good save early in the game.
Well, he only gave up on the play after the shot. Molina did make that save. It's not like Perez saw the flag before he let go of the ball. Another flag goes up on the near side, and this will be possession for Cuba. Might be a critical call that we saw just a moment ago.
Yeah, this the play after where there was an offside, but Cuba looking a little bit lax at the back. Panama a few times has exploited some space.
Blanco plays it back. Panama plays it to the near side of the field. Enriquez plays it. Knocked away. Along the near side. Cuba looks to push forward. That ball come out? No, they say it's a live ball. And Panama plays it forward. Making a run. Shot, go! Garces! Right side. Raced up. And an early lead for Panama in the game's 16th minute.
Steve, that's a great goal, but that's woeful defending. You're going to see two Cuban defenders turn to look at the ball. Here it is. Perez flicks it up, and now they're all watching the ball. Garces cracks it, takes it out of the air. The header, one bounce, hits a rocket to the far post. That's a great goal, but the defender turned the wrong way. Poor defending, but terrific in terms of attack. Look at that shot. Molina flat-footed, no chance.
That's Marquez, the defender who got back, but couldn't do enough to stop Garces from scoring his second goal of the tournament. So Panama in good shape, a team with offensive prowess. We saw it in game one. They're back for more. Drive by Cuba back the other way as Minoso stepped up. That was deflected and gobbled up by Pinedo.
Well, we talk about the first 17 minutes. Panama from the opening whistle exploiting some of those open seams. If you're Cuba, you really got to tighten it up at the back.
Perez plays it back. And this chance goes all the way to Molina in goal. Early going at Giant Stadium, a long way to go, but Panama in it offensively already. Blas Perez with the header to set up Jose Luis Garces for his second of the tournament. Back the other way now. Panama on the attack again, and a drive from long range just goes wide. Panama getting numbers, they're teeing it up. And Victor Herrera with the chance right there.
Yeah, once again, it's a giveaway in the midfield, and now Panama pounces on it. Herrera should have taken another step or two. Look at the header. Perez flicked it to himself, headed it over to his teammate, Garces with the finish.
The Cubans coming into this tournament pride themselves on defense. It's a strength they knew they had going for them. Marquez, the captain, is the centerpiece of that. And he makes the early miscue. Now a long cross is made by Cuba's Faife. Cervantes trying to get on the other end of it. This will come back the other way, though. Possession for Panama.
Faife does a good job getting out wide, using the width of the field, then mishits the cross.
Panama putting itself in position for another trip to the knockout phase. They barely got there 2 years ago, but once they got there, they beat South Africa, they beat Colombia, and gave the United States all it could handle in the final. Played forward. Another try. They tried to center it for Blas Perez, but that was knocked away.
Well, again, very fluid in the midfield, Panama, picking their spots, delivering balls out of the midfield into space. Cuba looking good when they get forward, but very lax on the defensive side of the ball.
Carlos Rivera was set to toss in. Turns out this will be a throw-in for Cuba instead. Luis Garces. Goal, the difference so far. This is Cervantes for Cuba. Off the right foot. Oh, looking to make contact with it was Alcantara, making a dive in front. Cuba remains on the attack now. Alonso plays it across. Fernandez on the ball. Top of the box. Trying to shake loose from Beloy is Alcantara, who's knocked down.
Yeah, he was outside the box. Alcantara, good little move. Tactical foul right at the edge of the penalty area.
In a dangerous spot. Let's take another look. The tug of the shirt.
Yeah, the foul had already occurred. Beloy got beaten, grabbed the shirt of Alcantara, and now Cuba. This is a good spot for a free kick. You don't want this dead center. The angle makes it more dangerous.
Silvio Minosa, number 2, has a terrific shot. Colome does as well. Alcantara and Marquez fight for position in front. For Cuba. Colome and Minoso over the ball. Terrific opportunity here. It's Colome. Go! It snuck inside the near post and beat Jaime Pinedo. And Cuba has tied the game at 1. The 27-year-old defender Jaime Colome with the equalizer.
Pinedo can't believe it. And I'll tell you what, Steve, that's a goal because Pinedo didn't set his wall in the right position. Colome took advantage, but you set the last man a yard past the near post. No way that ball should ever get there. That's the area the wall protects. It's a great shot. Bent in with the right foot. Colome. We have a tie game.
The acrobatic try by Pinedo. There wasn't much space near side, but Colome places it perfectly. So Cuba with hope now, showing it has some comeback ability as well. In the game versus Mexico, they shocked everyone by taking a lead. Alcantara with the goal. Now they come from behind, 1-1. Minoso plays this forward, and Pinedo has it on a bounce. So scoring here in the first half. Much of the crowd capacity is thinned out here for the second game at Giant Stadium. But once again, the game of equal importance. Colome's first goal of the tournament makes it 1-1.
This Cuban team developing into a story, Steve. You talked about their good game against Mexico, and they did make it difficult for Mexico, an unknown quantity, but they bounced back from the Panamanian goal and got one themselves. They're right back in the game.
Faife, far side, has it taken away. Controlled by Panama. All the way into the attacking area. It goes back, and Marquez plays this across for Minoso now, who has it for Cuba. Cervantes, little one touch. Now puts it into open space, and Cuba on the attack. Laid off by Alonso. Played back. Faife was making a run. Fernandez now controls on the far side. Nice job to shake free. Check that. This is Morales who plays it back. Fernandez played it forward. Good possession by Cuba in this sequence. Now a shot from long range. Pinedo, though, has it on a bounce.
Nice control of the ball by Cuba, Steve, knocking it around. Here's the goal. Colome whips this with the right foot, bends it around the wall. Wall's got to protect that side of the goal. Pinedo acrobatically, but he can't prevent it from going in.
Carlos Rivera looks to play it forward for Panama. Throw in now from the far side of the field. Blanco tries to get it. Panama moves forward now, slowly but surely. Faife on that right side. There's Herrera. Some quick thinking by Marquez to get that out of harm's way. Somebody has a souvenir up there. And Panama continues to get closer to goal. Throw in from the far side. They toss in for Blanco now. Blanco didn't get that one through. Alonso now plays this on the far side of the field. Off to the races now, Cuba. But it's broken up and Perez plays it. He looks for Blanco. Faife goes down. Foul is called. Possession for Cuba.
That's some lackadaisical play out of the back for Panama. They had possession. The previous one, Blanco initiating the contact.
Fernandez plays this across. Cervantes waits for it. Gets it on a bounce. Cervantes looking to cross. Does so off the left foot. Top of the box. Faife was in the vicinity, knocked away. 1 minute of added time in the first half in this 1-1 match. Alonso plays it for Cuba now. Across for Minoso. Minoso, left side, plays it forward. Taken away by Panama. Let's see if they can quickly get a chance going here. Into open space, Blas Perez plays it. Garces now making his run, but that's deflected. Knocked out. Let's see if it's a corner or a throw-in. Garces has already exploded for a goal in this game. They're arguing corner. And they'll get it. Final opportunity of the half perhaps coming up for Panama.
There's Garces, prevented from the shot by Marquez at the last moment.
Herrera will take the corner kick. Blas Perez, the dangerous striker, in the box. Herrera lets it go. Looking to get a head on it. Beloy, that's popped up. This is still in play. Cervantes off him. And let's see if there's time for another corner. That is all. The first half comes to an end in that sequence. It's a 1-1 game. Group C, the Concacaf Gold Cup at Giant Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Our halftime coverage kicks off in just a moment.
Work like a pro. Play like a pro. Tackle tough jobs. Dominate the game. Destroy the competition. Go professional. Choose Makita.
Through the Football for Hope movement, FIFA is committed to protecting children and their rights, furthering social integration and peace and reconciliation. Football for Hope champions health promotion and anti-discrimination. FIFA is firmly committed to using football to resolve some of the most pressing social challenges of our time. Football can change the world.
At the Gatorade Sports Science Institute, we test athletes in the lab. Because we know they'll be tested on the field. Gatorade, the most tested sports drink on the planet.
Halftime at Giant Stadium between Panama and Cuba. It's a 1-1 game alongside Shep Messing. I'm Steve Cangelosi. 1-1 says the scoreboard, and pretty much it's been an evenly played game, hasn't it?
Steve, I agree. I thought Panama started the half well, got the goal, but then Cuba came back, started playing well. They got the equalizer.
Crowd seen 2 goals, only part of the highlights. Let's take a look.
Turnover by Panama gives Cuba first opportunity. Faife with a right-footed shot off the post. Other way, Panama, great little ball. Look at Perez, flicks it up, heads it back. Garces strikes it with a right foot. Beautiful goal, 1-0 Panama. At the other end of the field, Colomé bends one in. That makes it 1-1.
So the equalizer from Cuba. We've talked about how competitive they've been in this tournament. In that locker room, though, they want to win a game. They've only won once ever in the Gold Cup. That was a victory over Canada back in 2003. Is this a winnable game for them now?
Yeah, Steve, I think it is, because if you're Cuba, you went down a goal, you got the goal, but more importantly, they started playing well. I have to think their confidence is growing.
Alcantara was their big goal scorer in the first game against Mexico. Let's see if the striker has something in him in the rest of the match. Panama, Cuba, tied up at 1, second half, kickoff, just moments away at the Meadowlands.
Through the Football for Hope movement, FIFA is committed to protecting children and their rights, furthering social integration and peace and reconciliation. Football for Hope champions health promotion and anti-discrimination. FIFA is firmly committed to using football to resolve some of the most pressing social challenges of our time. Football can change the world.
At the Gatorade Sports Science Institute, we test athletes in the lab. Because we know they'll be tested on the field. Gatorade, the most tested sports drink on the planet.
Work like a pro. Play like a pro. Tackle tough jobs. Dominate the game. Destroy the competition. Go professional. Choose Makita.
That's the story at the Meadowlands. This is the nightcap of action in Group C. Panama and Cuba tied at 1. We get the signal from the referee Lee Davis, and we're underway in the second half. Cuba, game-tying goal from Jaime Colomé. Now do they have what it takes to win a game in the Gold Cup? Substitution to start this second half. It's Ricardo Phillips who comes on, and Blanco has checked out of the game for Panama. Played by Panama, Carlos Rivera will play this back to Baloy.
I talked about Cuba possibly gaining some confidence, Steve. They've opened the second half, pressuring a little higher on the field.
They play it ahead as well. This is Garces. Blas Perez walks in, shot, goal! The most dangerous striker in the tournament strikes right there. Suddenly marching forward, he just found the ball at his foot. 2-1 Panama.
That is no way to start the second half if you're Cuba. Maybe their confidence got in their way. They got stretched out a little bit. Panama won the ball, capitalized. That's the man they wanted to get the ball to. He did the rest. There's the defender on the ground, swipes at it. Perez all alone. That's a pure goal scorer. Watch him look up, see where Molino is, and then slot it low.
It's been a tough match for number 3, Yenye Marquez, the captain. You pointed out his fault on the first goal, and he lost the battle right there on the ground.
And that's not a man you want to lose the ball to at the edge of the penalty box. Perez buries it with the right foot.
He scored in the win versus Honduras. He has the go-ahead goal in this match, his second of the tournament, and Panama is in front.
Well, Panama, Steve, they have shown they can score goals. 5 so far, 3 in the first game, 2 here. We still have plenty of time left.
Been a fun group to watch. They have ambition of getting back to the final and maybe taking the last step. Battle forward in the midfield, a little bit of confusion on the Panama part. Amilcar Enriquez plays it back. Perez, wide. Herrera, into open space. This is a live ball. Minoso getting up, plays it into the box, laying it back. Shot deflected high. Oh, that was set up beautifully by Panama.
Now that's great stuff by Panama. Molina absolutely irate at his team. They're not stepping up. They're not pressuring the ball. Here's the Perez goal. Puts it down, places it on his right foot, drills it low. That's Marquez with the ill-fated attempt at the sliding tackle. Perez buries it.
He is 26. He is Panama's rising star. And the go-ahead goal in this one. A long way to go, though. Cuba's shown comeback ability already in the match. Do they have more? Corner kick. It's played short by Panama. Lofted from the far side. This will come back the other way. Goal kick for Molina.
This is the same way, Steve, that the first half started. Panama came out flying. We're looking at another substitution for the team in red.
For Panama, Engin Mitre, the 25-year-old midfielder, is set to check into the match. And the goal scorer, Jose Luis Garces, is done for the night. The substitution made in the 78th minute of play.
Well, that's a tactical substitution, Steve. They have the lead. Garces, more of an attacking midfielder. They want fresh legs, somebody better on the defensive side of the ball.
Mitre checks in. Waiting for the goal kick is Molina for Cuba. Garces has had a good tournament through 2 games. Here comes Cuba back the other way. Near side. Played into open space. Now to the top of the box. Chipped into the box. Alcantara brings it down out of midair and a goal! Ranier Alcantara strikes again, and it's 2-2. It's set up rather innocently.
Steve, that could be the best goal of the tournament so far. Not in terms of the spectacular shot, but in terms of the build-up. That was perfect execution. Put it back, chip it over the top. Alcantara takes it out of midair. Colomé, look at this chip. Absolutely perfect. Puts it on the left peg. Here's Colomé, who started it, gets the ball back, delivers the ball. Alcantara with a full volley with the left foot. That's perfection.
Couple of players in the first wave of group play have really made their mark. Alcantara's one of them. The main man for Cuba. Ties the game in the 78th minute. Way out of his goal is Molina to break that up. And Ricardo Phillips, who came off the bench, takes a tumble.
I like this Cuban team, Steve. I think Molina has had a good tournament so far. Very athletic, very aggressive. Reads this play, comes out of the area. His back line was beaten. He made a good decision to come out and get the ball.
And a stoppage in play as Phillips went down hard. Molina does what he has to do.
Steve, we talked about it before, this Gold Cup tournament. The world is watching players like Alcantara, players like Garces, players like Perez. It's a showcase of talent.
Phillips is okay. Toss in Panama.
Let's see if this game has another goal in it.
Gomez played it across. Now Cervantes. Errant pass, give away. Perez laid it off. Now into some open space. Attack builds from the far side. Cross, knocked away. Nicely done by Marquez. Throw in still for Panama. Minoso with the ball at his foot. Gets it back in the box. Minoso racing forward. Tried to put it towards goal. It was deflected. A corner kick coming up for Panama now.
That's the goal by Alcantara. Colomé with a perfect chip. Alcantara times his run. The left-footed full volley roofs it No chance for Pinedo.
Here's the corner. In front. Headed out. Let's see if Panama can stay with it. Top of the box. And cleared out by Cuba. Fernandez sent it forward. Pressure on the far side of the field now. A 2-2 game at Giant Stadium. If this result holds, Panama would have sole possession of first place in Group C. 1 point is all they'd need for that. There's an errant pass. This will be possession for Cuba. But Panama does have Mexico remaining in group play. Offensively, anyway, they've shown they could play with them.
Yeah, there's no question. Just took his eye off that ball for a moment, but this is a stage of a game, Steve, where sometimes tired legs make mistakes.
Baloy played that forward. Near midfield, Cervantes on the ball. Whistle on the play. Cervantes able to force the foul.
He's had a good game as well. Cervantes, great individual skill on the ball.
And right now gives his team an important set piece. But he really does look legitimately in pain. Carlos Rivera, the man defending just a moment ago.
Yeah, Rivera just with a clumsy challenge from behind. I talked about tired legs, Steve. Both teams getting a chance right now to regroup, stay focused. Nobody wants to give up a goal now.
Cervantes is being strapped to the stretcher. That might be all for Elaine Cervantes. Crowd here is still enjoying the festivities at Giant Stadium. Activity on the sideline for Cuba as we speak. We'll see what the decision is from Raul Gonzalez as they tend to Cervantes. Lester More is available. Ariel Martinez available. Top of the box. Foul is called in a very precarious spot. Faife.
Very similar spot to the place in the first half where Colome got his goal off the free kick.
Held from behind by Carlos Rivera. Again the guilty party, and now Pinedo has to be more carefully. You talked about him not setting the wall properly on that first goal by Colome.
Well, again, he's at the near post, lining it up with the last man in the wall, but you want the last man in the wall to be at least a step past the post so the ball can't be bent in.
Colome is lined up over the ball. So too is number 7, Ariel Martinez. Colome going for almost the same spot. That's wide of goal, though. Goal kick coming up, Pinedo. 2-2 game at Giant Stadium. It's been a fun-filled day in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Panama looking for a result to be on top alone in Group C. Played in the midfield, Perez across. Rivera. Over the top in the direction of Blas Perez. And Cuba now with a chance. In open space. Making a run, Adonis Romas off the bench. He lays it off. Colome now. Colome takes a drive. Blocked in front. Cleared away by Baloy. And a foul is called as Panama tries to rush it out of its own area.
That's another tactical foul, Steve. This stage of a tie game, we look at another substitution. Martinez in for Cervantes, but this stage of the game, very difficult to get a goal out of the flow of play. Here's the collision. Colome with a foul from behind, but really you're just trying to win a free kick, a corner kick, a set piece. See if you can get something on goal.
The injured Cervantes off the stretcher being tended to on the sideline. He ran hard for a good chunk of this match. That's Ricardo Phillips now setting for Panama. all the way back. Juan Perez plays it across. Roman Torres on the far side of the field. 2-2 game. Gabriel Gomez on the far side of the field couldn't get to that. This will be possession for Cuba. They play it long. Knocked out, throw in coming up. Minoso will toss in. The goal scorer Alcantara marches forward. Far side of the field controlled by Panama. They get it to Blas Perez and he lays it off. Right back for Perez, making a run on the far side of the field. Blas Perez puts the brakes on and now cuts back. Little stutter step between defenders, lays it off. Blas Perez cutting towards the box, but that's cleared out by Marquez. Attack builds for Panama on the far side. Morales played it forward, but that's knocked out by Cuba. Throw in coming up. Ricardo Phillips was there as well.
I've seen enough of Blas Perez, Steve, to tell you he's a very good player. Great skill on the ball.
Cross from the far side, blocked by Marquez, and cleared away. Played forward by Adonis Ramos. Pinedo has it at his foot now. A 2-2 match. The second phase of play in Group C. Knowing that Mexico has already lost, everybody in this group very much alive. Into open space. Far side of the field. Whoa, way out of his box. Molina, penalty kick is the call. In the 90th minute, it'll be a chance for Panama to take the lead on a penalty kick.
No indecision by that man, Lee Davis. You talk about high drama. There's the yellow card. I do believe that penalty kick call is warranted. Watch Molina. There's the through ball. Goalkeeper coming out. That's absolutely a penalty kick. Never got to the ball. Molina. Unbelievable. In stoppage time, 2-2.
That was Felipe Beloy rushing up from his defensive position. And he is the man who'll take the penalty kick. The captain can kick his team to a clutch victory. Beloy steps up. Mishits way over goal. Oh, Felipe Beloy sailed one over the crossbar. He had the chance for the storybook ending.
I am stunned. That's Roberto Baggio in the '94 World Cup. There it is. Beloy, and look at the reaction of Molina. How happy do you think he is? He could have cost his team the game. Unreal.
We've seen this happen to so many star strikers, though, through the years. And the pressure is on the kicker, is it not?
Goalkeeper has everything to gain, nothing to lose. Molina didn't even guess, just stood up strong, and I can't believe it.
Missed opportunity for Panama to join the United States as the only 2-0 teams in this tournament. We play on. Now a scrum at midfield, in added time. And the referee, Lee Davis, has to get in before this gets nasty.
Yeah, this started right after the penalty kick, because when Beloy missed it, Colome bumped him from behind, and this is a carryover.
Tempers flare at midfield here at Giant Stadium. Davis tries to separate everyone. Beloy feels bad enough about it, and then he has to take that. The ensuing foul at midfield right there. And that's Colomé standing over Ricardo Phillips.
Yeah, Colomé, the instigator. Again, he gave Beloy a little bit of a bump as soon as he missed that PK. What a game.
Panama still hoping for some late magic. This is lofted towards goal and then headed out immediately. One more time. Cuba having trouble clearing it away. Faife at least gets it towards midfield. That will do it. It's all over. This one will end in a 2-2 draw. And a likely restless evening for Felipe Beloy, the captain for Panama. Each team gets a point. Back with a wrap at the Meadowlands in a moment.
At the Gatorade Sports Science Institute, we test athletes in the lab. Because we know they'll be tested on the field. Gatorade, the most tested sports drink on the planet.
Work like a pro. Play like a pro. Tackle tough jobs. Dominate the game. Destroy the competition. Go professional. Choose Makita.
Through the Football for Hope movement, FIFA is committed to protecting children and their rights, furthering social integration and peace and reconciliation. Football for Hope champions health promotion and anti-discrimination. FIFA is firmly committed to using football to resolve some of the most pressing social challenges of our time. Football can change the world.
2-2, the final in the nightcap at Giants Stadium as the Concacaf Gold Cup continues. Alongside Shep Messing, I'm Steve Cangelosi. Beloy had a chance to make it 2 wins for Panama. Somehow they just have to put that behind them and focus on the positive. All they need is a draw against Mexico in their final game, and they'd be in the knockout phase of the tournament.
Steve, Panama has shown the ability to score goals. They may have to show that ability one more time to get out of the group.
Well, the first game of the day at the Meadowlands was a tough act to follow. This one was not bad. Let's check out the highlights.
A giveaway by Panama. Faife steps into the box. Right-footed shot, and it hits the post.
He fails. Panama would not on this play. Blas Perez.
Perez flips it up, heads it over. Garces. That's a great goal with the right foot.
For Garces, his second of the tournament, but Colomé had an answer on a free kick to tie this game up at 1. A superb effort. Now as we go to the second half, it took just a few moments for Panama to regain the lead.
Well, it's Perez. Marquez can't stop him. Gets to the top of the box, drills it with the right foot. Over a fallen Marquez. Good goal by Perez.
2-1 is the score. Would it hold? No. Alcantara.
Colomé chips it over. Alcantara. Look at this left foot volley.
And then the controversial finish. Beloy is fouled.
Molina takes him down. He can put his team in the lead. He drills it over the goal.
And Cuba's not out of this thing yet. They still have a chance at the knockout phase. That's if they win their final game and Mexico loses to Panama. There is hope. They came here to compete. They have their first point of the tournament. Alcantara is a player who's shining in these first few games.
Who would have thought that a week ago, that Mexico might not make it through and Cuba could make it through?
That's a wrap from Giants Stadium. There were 68,000 in the house to watch the doubleheader. Nightcap, Panama, Cuba, a 2-2 tie. For Shep Messing, I'm Steve Cangelosi. We hope you've enjoyed our coverage of the 2007 CONCACAF Gold Cup.